Actors need to have a way of working, and that if you have a way of working, the director and the people you're working with will sense it and respect it and work much more your way. If you don't have that coming in, I think you're at their mercy. What I've learned from film that's helped me on stage is how much less I have to do. If I'm really thinking something, I think the audience can get it. I don't need to act it out for them, you know. I think I used to work really hard, you know, so the person in the back row would really get it, you know. The person on the front row was like, ugh. So I think it's taught me to trust that connection with the other actor. And if I am, in fact, telling the story, and if I'm getting my point across, I don't need to illustrate it a million different ways. I also had somehow lost touch with my love of the theater because it was very serious at Yale, and there were things you know, Shakespeare was like up here, and you didn't do Williams, and you didn't do Miller, and it was a very, I don't know, sort of rigid philosophy. To be able to audition for a role, which we were never allowed to do at the Yale Drama School, you know, to just look at backstage, and even though you had to wait a long time to actually be seen, it was suddenly a democracy, you know, it was freedom. And so I think if I'd perhaps been given a lot of encouragement at Yale, New York would have been hard. I would have had expectations. As it was, I was ready to become a bank teller the next day. Each role teaches you how to prepare for it in a strange way. Some of them maybe, I always thought preparation, I think Estelle Parsons said this, she says, I prepare to give me confidence to go and fly. You know, so if you're going to work on a film role, I mean, you might get to do one scene every 2 weeks, so you can spend some time just sort of doing some historical research or something like that, just to make yourself feel like you're doing something, and I think it all pays off. If I get too analytical, if I get too much in my head, because my background is, my education was so intellectual, I don't think it's good for me. It's much better for me to just sort of follow strange instincts. It's a much better process for me.